once again for the renegade master. Back 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 once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades, and we are back. And as I was saying, don't watch my attire. It is hot as fucking Hades over here. Like hot. UK don't normally get this hot, so I'm enjoying it while it happens. We are having the odd thunderstorm, but you know what, I'm enjoying it while it happens. But as we are back to episode 2 season 3 of Love is Blind Brazil. And as we did from last time, as we left off, we know Bianca and Jarbas has got engaged. We know Maria and Menandro are chatting it up because Maria did not pick Valmir. Valmir's feeling a little bit sore by that, but it was his own bloody fault. As I said in the last episode, it was his own bloody fault. But we shall get into it again. So you see Maria and Menandro start talking some more. They're getting a little bit flirty. So I think, you know, we know where that's going to go. We know where that's going to go. I don't really need to go in and explain that anymore. But then we get introduced to a little bit more couples. As I told you before, there is black people and people of colour in the Brazilian one that are showcased a little bit more than they are in the American one. So we meet Agatha and Renan, pronounced Renan, but the spelling is R-E-N-A-N. So I had to literally put in brackets in my notes exactly how to pronounce his name. So it's pronounced Renan. So Renan and Agatha start speaking, and straight off the bat, they do click. Both of them are black, but don't know that they're black. They speak about the fact that they both do practice voodoo, and they don't want anybody who's going to be prejudiced against either their beliefs, their values, their morals, and just overall being black people. They don't want anyone who's prejudiced in regards to that. They both have a vibe. They both do vibe with each other. What I would say about Renan is when they were talking about their last relationships, Agatha's last relationship lasted 4 years. So understandably so, she's got to a point where she wants to be with someone, she wants a whole family life, she wants to grow with someone. And then we get Renan, who explained that he was with someone for 6 months and they moved in together for about 4 months, and that was his last relationship for 4 months. And I'm kind of like, why have you picked this show though? Like, why have you picked this show? Because your background is not lending when it comes to relationships to you wanting to settle down because you like the flavors. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's kind of, he's a deep person. Don't get me wrong. Renan's a proper deep person, but also his relationship status doesn't really lend itself to someone that wants to settle down and get married. But that could be just the way that I think and feel. So let me know what you think and feel in regards to whether, when people do this show, should they have like long-standing relationships behind them that have broken up for whatever reason, or like, you know, short relationships that have also broken up for whatever reason. Does that then put a block in terms of whether they're suitable in terms of looking for that longevity, because they haven't had that longevity yet? That's the thing I'm trying to think about. So then we move to Renan and Anna Carolina, get the name right, Renan and Anna Carolina, but people call her Carol. Another couple, Renan, as we know, is black. Anna Carolina, aka Carol, is black too. And my girl just went in there off rope, man. She just went in there flirty, bam. She put her shit out there. And I was kind of like, you know what? More power to her to put her shit out there how she wants to put it out at the end of the day. So someone shouldn't judge her for that. But me being me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, softly approaching. And I'll hit you with the blammy afterwards once I get to know you. But for me, at first, it's going to be a total softly approach. I ain't going to put my whole foot out there for the world to see. No, it has to come as a little surprise. Yes, that bit has to come as a little surprise. But you let me know what you think. Would you prefer someone that like, puts it all out there for you to see? Or would you want someone that's a little bit more laid back, but not too fucking laid back that they're horizontal to the point where it's like pulling teeth, trying to get things out of them or to get them to be a little bit flirty with you, do you know what I mean? So it then goes to the women's lounge, and of course, as we know, the women do talk about the dates that they've had. So you got Agatha and Carol who talk about Hainan and the fact that they both like him. And straight off the bat, it's like, you could see when the lights come on and it's like, competition time. Any other one of them open to knock each other out of the park. That's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is, Agatha's saying that she doesn't want competition and she's a lovely person. She is a lovely person, but you're going to get competition. You're going to get competition because each and every one of you are going to be talking to the same man at some point. And there's going to be a couple who are all going to like the same person. So in order to put yourself in the best standing with that person, you're going to have to try knocking other bitches out the park. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Other women out the park. You're going to have to. The competition started as you walked through the doors, as you accepted to go on the show. That's when the competition started. But as again, you let me know what you think. So then it moves to Karen and Italou. As from the previous episode, I already told you that, you know, Karen's looking at Val and she's looking at Italou. Basically, Italou's okay. He's okay, but he's to me, he's too boyish. To me, he's too boyish and playful. And as you said, he wants someone to party with and have fun. Now, that's okay. That is okay at the beginning of a relationship. But sometimes, as I found, when you get into relationships, and especially like when you're looking at longevity and long-standing ones, yes, you want to be able to go out on your date nights and do X, Y, and Z, but it isn't going to be like party, fun all the time. There's at some point that you know, Peter Pan's going to have to be an adult. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't forget about your party and stuff, because you want to do that with your partner and get friends involved, but it's not going to be all the time. It's going to be few and far between. That's my opinion on it anyway. So it goes back to the men's lounge, and of course Italy was dickhead for going in there and doing the mostest. So he went in there chatting about Karen, about how he likes Karen, that he really wants to pick her and he hopes it goes well. And guess who's listening to that conversation? Yes, you would have guessed right. Begins with a V-A-L and ends with a Mia. Yes, he hearkened that conversation because you know what's going to come next? Valmir decides he wants to talk to Karen. Karen was on his list of women, but he hadn't spoken to her before Maria said no. Hadn't spoken to her after Maria said no. But because Italou come in and start chatting Karen, who ears perk right up. Yes, Valmir, tell you, that man was not leaving there without somebody. That's all I'm going to say. Valmir was not leaving that experiment without somebody. He was not going to go back to his boys with egg on his face because his first choice said, nah, not me. And now his sights are dead set on Karen. Now, I remember from the other episode I've already told you as well, there's always one. There's always one. And Karen will more than likely be that one. So then we go to, it slips back to Karen and Val actually have their first date. And I'm like, he's trying, both of them are trying too hard. And, you know, she did tell him that she was close to Maria and he was like, oh, fuck. But no, Karen wasn't on that vibe. I'll give her props for that. She wasn't on that vibe. But as I said, I still think Valmir is full of it, like proper full of it. And I think Karen just picked Italou before she picked to speak to Val because she wanted that little bit of a competition between the two men. She wanted to be able to come out of this and say, well, I had two men fighting over me and I had to pick between two men. Because my feeling is I think she wanted to pick Val from the get-go anyway, but she wanted that little bit of to and fro in. That's what I thought. And basically, she then gets into this whole sex talk with him. And I just thought to myself, is that akin to sexting? I know it's not on like me, social media and DMs and this, that and the other, but they can't see each other. They can hear each other. They can't see each other. So is it akin to sexting? That's what I like to know. Because she revved that man's engine like it was going out of bloody fashion. I couldn't bloody believe it. Got me a little bit hot under the collar too, because, you know, I'm quite a vivid person. So I have a vivid imagination. So when she was talking and describing what they do on this balcony, I was literally seeing what she was painting. However, I was not seeing it with Valmir, so that was a no-go that way. But yeah, she revved his engine like a good one. So, and we know why she revved his engine like a good one, because she was going to pick Valmir. Come on now, who doesn't think she was going to pick Valmir if you have watched the programme? So, we go back to the men's lounge, and as he does, in true Valmir fashion form, does the freaking mosties and starts chatting about Karen, about how he likes her, and that he's got his woman in Karen. And I'm like, hold on a minute, dude. You didn't even know Karen from freaking Adam before Italy come in and started praising up Karen and how he wanted to be with her. And I thought, here we go again. The old freaking cock in the fucking hen house. Here we go again, because now Val's got a chance in which to try and make good with a woman. Not his first choice. Not even, I don't think, his second choice. Because he didn't even speak to Karen, as I already mentioned. He didn't even speak to her beforehand. So I know this man is playing some kind of rotted degga game. He really is. He's playing some kind of degga game up in here. But I also know that he does not want to go back without asking someone to marry him at the end of the day. That's what he don't want. So I'm just kind of like, how are you doing this again, Val? Because then you see that Italu is looking over at him, because he's saying it loud enough that Italu can hear what the hell he's saying. And I'm like, you said, it's like the same thing with Menandro. You said the man was your boy. Do you know what I mean? But yet you'll be quick to stab your boy in the back for someone, so you don't look like you have egg on your face. It's like you need this competition and you run this competition. It's like in his VC when he said, I'm gonna make, I am that to women. I get what I want and I make women come to me. I make them say yes to me. Well, you didn't make Maria say yes to you, did you, dude? Did you really, Valmir? Didn't make Maria say yes to you, but yet you draw the women in, don't ya? Me think someone has not learnt their bloody lesson. Right, so you see Menandro come back in after he's spoken to Maria, because at that point he's asked Maria. Maria said yes. Menandro lets the guys know it's a done deal. Val's face looked like a smacked arse. It looked like someone had smacked one cheek, the other cheek, and then rolled over him with a bus. That's how pissed off man was jealous. Man was jealous. He went over and congratulated Menandro. Yes, he did, but you saw when them words hit him, because Maria in his head was his. No. I like it when a good plan comes together. So Maria and Menandro meet, and as it is, they both fancy each other. They love it, the keys. He gets down on one knee, does his whole spiel. That's my thing as well. Why do they have to make these spiels so long? Why can't it be just a straightforward, will you marry me? Why do you don't have to go down this realm of, you know, people say love so easily and da-da-da-da-da. Just say the words and done. I don't need the whole flowery fairy crap. Just say the words and done. But their engagement rings, like in the American one, their engagement rings are not actually engagement rings. It's actually quite, they're wedding bands. Whereas in Love is Blind, with the American ones, it's actually engagement rings. You know what? I actually wish they would do a UK one, because I'd really love to see how that went. I'd really love to see how that goes, because UK men and women are a completely different breed altogether, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'd love to see a UK one just to see how that goes. I know they'll probably sign up for it, because it's like with Married at First Sight UK, they sign up for that one in the droves. But hey ho, but anyway, you just let me know what you think. Or as well, I would say, and I will say again at the end of this one, if there's anything that my renegades would like me to react to in regards to reality TV or anything else that comes along that synopsis, then let me know and I'll see what I can do. Anyway, so we go back to Hainan and Carol, and yes, they are flirty with each other. She turns around and says that, you know, he was her top pick. And he said, oh, okay, but he didn't say that she was his top pick. He just said that she was on the list. That's it, in that sense. And she's open with him. They're both open with each other as they do. But he, I think, is holding things close to his chest. But with Agatha, Hainan is very different, like really different when he's with Agatha. With Agatha, he's deep. He's more deep and they connect a little bit more. Whereas with Carol, it's fun, it's playful, it's a little bit, you know, I don't want to say long-standing because I don't know how they would be as a couple, but I don't think it's as deep as it is with Agatha, and that's why I think he's going to pick Agatha over Carol. So then we go back to Agatha and Hainan talking. And as I said, he's definitely different with Agatha. He's more in tune with his feelings and her feelings, and they both vibe off each other that he doesn't do with Carol. So then we go back to the women's lounge, and of course, as I've already said, they always chat. So why is Carol telling Agatha everything that Hainan's saying to her? And she was like, oh, but he didn't say, why would he say that to you? Because he didn't say it to me. And I'm like, Agatha, you not clock this. Carol is competing with you. She's going to make you feel bad enough that you don't pick that man because she wants him. And this is what I mean about competitions. This is a competition to these people. They want to win over the other person at the end of the day. So Carol then tells Agatha that, you know, Hainan said that she was his top pick. Now, the VC, as it does, reverses itself back to the conversation that Carol and Hainan had. And nowhere in there, even though I watched it, nowhere in there did it say that he said that she was his top pick. And I said, and this is where it is. This is where these people start chatting bullshit to get what they want. And Carol knows she chatted bullshit. Even in her VC, she said she knows she chatted bullshit. And then when she realized that Agatha was upset by what she was saying, my girl didn't have no beef with it, because she was laughing. She was laughing at the girl. She was laughing at Agatha. And that's what I'm saying. There's some people that when they're in competition, they're gonna throw everything at you, and then it'll be up to you to try and withstand what the hell they're throwing. If you're secure in your date or your budding relationship with that person you're talking about, don't pay them little flicks no mind, is what I'm saying. Don't play them little flicks no mind, because I'm the type of person where I will side eye the fuck out of you, do my little cheeky ass smile, and then carry on about my day. And but in my head I'll be like, is it? Now it's on. And that's what I'm saying. Don't let these people make you upset, Agatha, for goodness sake. Because at the end of the day, you got the man's more deep with you than he is with Carol. So then we go back to Valmir and Karen. And he just, I don't vibe with Valmir at all. I mean, he's sucking Karen in like a good one, and then like when he spoke about why he wanted to pick Karen and stuff like that, it was more like he was filling in an application than being natural with it, to be fair, because I've already said Maria was his first choice and his only choice when he was talking to all them women. And as I said, he didn't even speak to Karen until Karen decided she wanted to talk to him. So then, like, you know, we go back to Karen and Italy, and she's like, she's taking her time. She's taking her time in making a decision. But I kind of already know what decision she was gonna make. Already know, because she wanted Val from when she spoke to him. To be fair, she was just wasting Italy's time. She says she felt that fire with Italy. with the way how she was talking with Val to how she's talking to Italou, there's no way in hell she felt that fire with freaking Italou at all. She's just lip servicing at this moment in time, because as I said, she just wants to be able to say to people she had the pick of two men. She had the pick of two men, or she had two men literally fighting over her. That's how I see it anyway. But as again, use like let me know what you think. So it goes back to Agatha and Hainan, and Agatha pulls up Hainan in regards to what Carol said, and Hainan point blank again defends himself like, nah, I don't know what Carol's talking about. Said, and basically told Agatha that she was his top pick from get-go. He weren't looking at nobody else but Agatha in regards to that. So he reassured her, and I'm glad that he did reassure her, because Agatha was getting in her own mind and allowing Carol to fuck her shit up. And that's what I'm saying. It's a competition at this point to literally get the person that you want. And if you've got your sights set on someone and you know that vibe has been good with that person, don't let inside voices, the naysayers coming at you, because that's what they're going to do. That is what they're going to do, because they want to outshine you and fuck shit up for you. Because at the end of the day, these women, as you get to know them, as the experiment goes on, you'll probably be friends with them, and they'll probably make long-lasting friendships outside of the experiment. But in the first few instances, I think in those pods, they ain't your friend. They are not your friend at the end of the day. But again, yous like can make me know what you think. So we know that Agatha and Hainan are going to be the next couple. And then it showcases Daniel and Patrice, or Patricia, as I say, because it's spelled Patricia, but I think it's Patrice. Daniel and Patricia, and they had a good little vibe going on. And then then it also showcases Daniel and Danny as well. Well, her name's Daniela, and his name's Daniel, and they also have a good little vibe going on. So as time goes on, we'll see who he picks out of them two. I mean, I felt when I was watching it that he was a little bit more elevated when it came to Patricia than he was Danny. But then as I know, as time goes on, shit's go on. But as again, I will speak about that in another episode. So we see Agatha and Hainan come back and speak to each other. And of course, Hainan picks Agatha. Agatha goes back to the women's lounge and literally just says, I'm next, as they do. And I was like, well, where's Carol? Carol? I didn't see Carol. I think she might have been at the back of that group who were hugging her and giving her congratulations. But me not see Carol. I didn't see her at all. But as I says, so then it goes to Hainan and Agatha meeting. And before the doors open, Hainan was hoping that Agatha was black, because he did want a black woman. And as the door opens, he sees that Agatha is black. They like the hell out of each other. Hugs, kisses, and again, the whole jam spiel. Just get on your knee, tell the woman, will you marry me? And get it done. Okay, so now it goes back to the men's lounge, and again, Val with his bloody overblown freaking tendencies is on it again with Italou. Like, here he goes, intimidation. He's disrespectful as hell. And I'm telling you, for me, Val is a continuous big red flag. But again, if you like are watching this program, then you like let me know what you think. And that's where it ends there, because now for next time, it's going to be Daniel's decision on who he picks, Daniel, Patrice. And then you've got Karen on who she wants to pick, Italou or Val. And that's where I'll end it again, my renegades. But I shall be back next time with episode 3 of season 3 of Love is Blind Brazil. But as I always say, please subscribe, hit that notification button, like, comment, and all those good things, okay? Because I see you view my videos I really would like some more to subscribe to come into the Renegade fold. So on that note, peace and love, my renegades.